My name is Elena. I am 24 years old. I am from a small town in Romania. I want to tell you something very important. Please listen to the full story. It can change your life. I learned 10 psychology lessons, and they helped me become stronger, kinder, and happier. This story is not just about me. It is also about you. Yes, you. If you are feeling sad, tired, or alone, I want to give you hope. This story has heart-touching moments, real emotions, and lessons that can help everyone. Please stay with me until the end. I promise. Something amazing is waiting for you. Let us begin. When I was 16 years old, my father left us. He said he was going to the city for work, but he never came back. My mother cried every night. I saw her pain. I wanted to help her, but I was just a girl. One day, I sat alone in my room. I looked at the old wall. It had cracks. I felt like my life also had cracks. I was broken. I thought, why do bad things happen to good people? I wanted to understand life. I started reading books. I found a book about psychology. It was very hard to read, but I tried. Every day, 1 page, then 2, then 5. That book changed my life. Let me share what I learned with you. The first lesson: people see the world. Not as it is, but as they are. I understood this when my friend Anna stopped talking to me. I thought I did something wrong. I cried for many days, but later I found out she had family problems. It was not my fault. She was just in pain. So now, when people are rude to me, I don't get angry. I ask, "Are you okay?" Sometimes people just need someone to care, not to judge. One evening, I saw a little boy sitting alone near my house. He looked hungry. I gave him some bread. He smiled, but his eyes were full of tears. "Where is your mother?" I asked. "She is in the hospital," he said. "She is very sick." I sat beside him. I told him, "You are not alone." That day I learned the second psychology lesson. Kindness is not weakness. Kindness is power. Even when you are poor, you can still give. A kind word, a smile, a hand. Many times in life, people think if they cry, they are weak. That is not true. The third lesson: crying is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of healing. I remember when my mother saw my old school photo one evening. She touched the photo, closed her eyes, and tears fell down. "I miss those days," she whispered. I held her hand and said, "We can make new happy days." She smiled through her tears. I started writing in a small notebook. Every night, I wrote 3 things that made me happy. One day, I heard a bird sing. Another day, I made soup for Mama. It was a small thing, but I felt good. That was the 4th psychology lesson. Be thankful for small things. They grow into big joy. One winter, I met an old man in the park. He sat on a bench every morning. His face looked sad. One day, I sat near him. I said, "Good morning?" He looked surprised. "Good morning," he said back. I did that every day. One day, he gave me a paper flower. My wife made this before she died, he said. I held it like gold. The fifth psychology lesson: people just want to be seen. A small hello can change a heart. Now, let me tell you something about failure. I once tried to get a job at a bookstore. I love books. I wanted that job so much. I dressed nicely, smiled, and spoke well. But they said, "Sorry, not this time." I cried the whole night. But then I remembered the sixth psychology lesson. Rejection is redirection. Later, I found a job at a school library. It was even better. I met children. I told them stories. They hugged me. I felt alive. My friend Marcus called me one night. He was crying. "Elena," he said, "I lost my job. I feel useless." I said, "No, you are not useless. You are just in the middle of your story. Your happy chapter is coming." He said, "Do you really think so?" I said, "I believe in you." That is the seventh psychology lesson. People rise when someone believes in them. Sometimes you need only one voice to say, "I believe in you." That voice can be yours. Talk to yourself like you talk to someone you love. Don't say, "I am stupid." Say, "I made a mistake, but I will learn." I had a mirror in my room. Every morning I looked in the mirror and said, "I am trying. I am learning. I am enough." The eighth psychology lesson: your words to yourself become your world. One day I met a girl named Sita. She was very quiet. In class, she never raised her hand. But I saw her drawings. They were beautiful. I said, "Sita, you are an artist." She looked at me like I gave her a new life. "No one ever said that to me," she whispered. From that day, she smiled more. Lesson 9. Words can hurt, but they can also heal. Use them with care. And now, the last psychology lesson. Maybe the most powerful one. Lesson 10. The past is a place to learn from, not a place to live in. I used to think about my father every day. I used to feel pain, but one day I said, "I can't live in the past. I want to create a new future." So I forgave him. Not because he deserved it, but because I deserved peace. I still think of him, but now I feel calm, not angry. These 10 psychology lessons made me who I am today. From a broken girl to a strong woman. I want you to remember them. People see the world as they are. Kindness is power. Crying helps you heal. Small things bring big joy. People want to be seen. Rejection is redirection. Belief creates strength. Your words shape your world. Speak words that heal. Learn from the past, but live in the now. Each of these lessons came from real people, real tears, and real smiles. Now I look at my mother. She smiles more now. She bakes bread and gives it to our neighbors. She tells me, "You have made me proud." I look in the mirror, and I no longer cry. I see a girl who never gave up, and I see you, dear listener, reading or listening to this story with hope in your heart. Maybe you are crying. Maybe you are smiling. I want to say, You are not alone. You are strong. You are enough. Your story is not over yet. If you liked this story, please like and subscribe. I work very hard to bring you stories that help you grow, love, and learn English in the most beautiful way. Your support gives me strength to write more. Stay with me for more amazing stories and helpful lessons. One morning, I walked outside and saw the sun rise slowly. The sky was pink and soft. I closed my eyes and said, "Thank you for this day." That was not something I used to do before. I used to wake up and feel sad. I used to say, "Oh no, another hard day." But after learning these psychology lessons, something changed inside me. I started seeing life as a gift. Even on bad days, I could find one small thing to be thankful for. A flower, a bird, a smile, a deep breath. Let me tell you a little story about my little cousin, Nico. He is only 5 years old. One day, he fell and hurt his knee. He cried so loudly I ran to him and picked him up. He said, "Elena, it hurts." I kissed his forehead and said, "I know, sweet boy, but it will heal." After some time, he looked at me and asked, "Will the pain go away?" I said, "Yes. All pain goes away. Some takes one day, some takes many days, but it always goes." That moment was small, but it touched my heart. It reminded me that healing takes time, and sometimes we just need someone to say, "I'm here for you." After that, I started saying that more often to people I love. To my mother, "I'm here for you." To my friend Marcus, "I'm here for you." To my neighbor who lost her husband, "I'm here for you." And maybe, dear listener, you need to hear it too. I'm here for you. Maybe no one has said that to you for a long time. Maybe you feel invisible, but I see you. I hear you. I care. This story is not only about psychology lessons. It is also about connection, the soft magic that happens when hearts meet. Let me tell you about my teacher, Miss Clara. She was my English teacher. I was shy to speak in English. My hands used to shake. My voice was low. One day, Miss Clara asked me to read a poem. I said, "I can't do it. I'm afraid." She looked at me with gentle eyes and said, "You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be brave." Those words stayed in my heart. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be brave. So I read the poem. My voice trembled, but I finished it. Everyone clapped. Miss Clara smiled and said, "That's the power of trying." From that day, I started speaking more English. And now, I am telling you this story in English. Look how far we can go if someone believes in us. Sometimes we don't need big money or big dreams. Sometimes we just need one person to say, "I see your light." You can be that person for someone else. Look around you. Is someone sitting alone? Talk to them. Is someone crying? Listen to them. Is someone angry? Forgive them, because maybe, just maybe, they are carrying a story you do not know. When I walk on the road now, I look at people's faces. I try to understand what they are feeling. A man with tired eyes, a woman holding a baby and looking worried, a teenager walking fast, looking down. I used to pass by quickly, but now I pause. I smile. Sometimes I say, "Good day." Sometimes they smile back. Sometimes they don't. But that is okay. Because the 9th lesson I shared, words can heal, is not just for others. It is also for you. Speak kindly to yourself too. Say to yourself, I am doing my best. I am not perfect, and that is okay. I can try again. I matter. My journey of learning psychology was not easy. I read books, listened to podcasts, watched videos in English, and practiced new habits every day. In the beginning, I forgot many things, but I did not stop. I made sticky notes and put them on my mirror. One note said, Lesson 1, people see the world as they are. Another note said, Lesson 4, be thankful for small things. I read them every day, and slowly they became part of my thinking. Now, when something bad happens, I don't say, why me? I say, what can I learn from this? That small change helped me grow. Let me tell you something funny but real. Once I dropped my phone in water. I was so sad. I didn't have money to buy a new one. I wanted to cry. But I remembered lesson 6. Rejection is redirection. I sat quietly and said, maybe this is a sign to use less phone and spend more time with people. So I did that. I helped my mother in the kitchen. I played with my cousin. I went to the park. And guess what? That week was one of the happiest weeks of my life. No phone, just people. Just love. Sometimes life gives us pain not to break us, but to wake us. That's why I say this story is not just for your mind. It is also for your heart. Let me ask you now, have you ever felt not good enough? Have you ever looked in the mirror and said, I don't like who I am? If yes, I want to say this with all my heart. You are beautiful, you are strong, and you are enough. Please, write this on paper. I am enough. Put it on your wall. Say it every morning. You don't need to be rich to be kind. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to know everything to start. You only need one thing, courage. And I believe you already have it. Look how far you've come. You are still here, still breathing, still listening. That is not small. That is big. That is everything. Let me tell you about the day I gave a talk in my village school. I was nervous. My hands were shaking. My voice was low. But I remembered what Miss Clara told me. Be brave. So, I stood up and shared my story, my pain, my lessons. When I finished, there was silence. Then a little girl came to me. She held my hand and said, I want to be like you. I cried, because I never thought someone would say that to me. That was the day I knew. Every struggle has a purpose. Every tear you cry becomes water for your growth. Please remember your strength. story matters. Your voice matters. Your kindness matters. If this story touched your heart, if even one lesson helped you, then please like and subscribe. Your support is not just for me. It helps me bring more beautiful stories, more deep lessons, and more English that touches both mind and soul. And when you share this story, you might be helping someone who is crying silently tonight. So stay with me, my friend.